In today's math lesson, we are going to be learning about least common multiple. In order to understand least common multiple, we need to know what these three words mean. So our first word is least, and a synonym for least is smallest. I'd like you to write the word smallest above least so that you can remember. Our next word is common, and we already know this word means same because we found greatest common factor, which meant the biggest same factor. So we have the smallest same, and then we have this word multiple. What a multiple is a multiplication family member. So all of the products, when you multiply a specific number, are considered its multiple. So in order to find the least common multiple, you're going to be looking at 2 or 3 numbers, seeing which numbers they have in common out of all the multiples, and then finding the smallest one. We are going to use number 3 from page 579 of your book as an example. Please do all of this work in your notebook with the video. The first set of numbers that we are going to look at is 2 and 13. So we have to find the least common multiple for the numbers 2 and 13. In order to do this, the first thing is to find all the multiples of the first number. Just like when using math rainbows to find greatest common factor, when you're finding least common multiple, you have to start by multiplying the number times 1. So here we're going to start by multiplying 2 times 1 equals 2, and then we move on to 2. 2 times 2 equals 4. 2 times 3 equals 6. And notice how I'm stacking all of these multiples on top of one another. You should be doing this also at the same time in your notebook. So with least common multiple, you really don't know when you should stop finding multiples because it could just continue on because all you're doing is skip counting. So you want to give yourself a good enough amount of multiples in order to decide which is the least common. So now that we found a good amount of multiples for the number 2, we're going to move on to 13. And you'll continue the same process. You'll start with 13, always starting with 1. And you'll continue on until about, say, 10 numbers. Pause this video and do that now. So some of you may have struggled finding the multiples of 13, but that's okay. I suggest that you use a whiteboard in order to do your math up and down in order to stack all of your multiples like we have here. It will keep your math organized and make finding the least common multiple very easy. So you've done the hardest part. You found all of the multiplication family members for the set of numbers you're looking at, 2 and 13. Now you have to look for all the common multiples or all the same multiples. So just like in greatest common factor, when you were looking for the numbers in this rainbow and that rainbow, you're going to be looking for the products in this lineup and that lineup. So you could grab a highlighter or a colored pencil and just highlight whenever they're the same. So 2, no 2. 4, no 4. 6, no 6. Those aren't common multiples because the 2's family has them, but the 13's family does not. We can skip all the way down to 14 because this multiple starts at 13. So 14, no. 16, no. 18, no. 20, No. 22, no. 24, no. 26, yes. So we can highlight the multiple 26, and we know that's our least common multiple because we started with the number times 1 in both families. So by looking at these lineups of multiples, we were able to find the common multiples, which were 26, and the least common multiple, because out of all the multiples of 2 and 13, 26 is the smallest one. So your answer is LCM for least common multiple is 26. I would now like you to participate in the treasure map posted on the whiteboard for the problems on page 579 of your book. Stay focused and on task the entire time. If you need help, ask one person from your team.